Rewritten account of unexplained home intrusions. My name is Patrick McCabe, and I had a very late, very difficult wisdom tooth extraction. The recovery process was brutal. The pain was so intense, I had to set my alarm every 3 hours, just to wake up and take a cycle of prescribed medication. This completely shattered my sleep, leaving me in a continuous state of exhaustion and unease. Incident 1: The rooftop assailant. One night, probably in the first week of recovery, I woke up around 4 wide Ambien for my medication, but couldn't get back to sleep. It was unusually hot, so I opened my window. While lying there, I heard a strange scraping sound from outside. It sounded like an animal's claws being dragged, and it seemed to be coming from the roof, directly above my room. The sound moved, confirming something was on the roof. Fearing a pest infestation, I got up, grabbed my father's heavy-duty flashlight from the garage, and went outside to investigate. I scanned the roof near my low-slung first-floor window but saw nothing. As I moved toward the higher section of the house, my light caught a sudden movement. I aimed the beam directly at the spot and was horrified to see a naked man standing there. I screamed. The man instantly reacted to the light, moving with impossible speed back toward the lower part of the roof. He ran across the shingles barefoot, faster than anything I'd ever seen. Yelling for my dad, I raced around the house. I got to the backyard just as the man launched himself off the roof. He slammed onto the concrete with a sickening thud, a fall that should have shattered his legs, but he immediately sprang up and charged at me, tackling me to the ground. He began wildly clawing at my face, aiming for my eyes. I was pinned, fighting for my life. When the back door burst open and my father rushed out, Dad managed to rip the attacker off me. Covered in my blood, the man broke free, sprinted to the yard's edge, scaled our tall fence with ease, and vanished into the woods. I was rushed to the hospital with serious facial wounds. The police were unable to track the person down in the vast woods. Later, my father found that the attacker had been trying to tear a hole in our attic, behaving exactly like a wild animal. The event traumatized my entire family, leaving us with a frightening mystery about who that person was and how he possessed such unusual speed and resilience. Incident 2: The tap at the window. My house has an unusual entrance. The front door is recessed, surrounded by a covered external hallway. My bedroom window looks directly out onto this space, giving me a private view of anyone standing at the entrance. A few months ago, while my girlfriend Anna was staying over, I heard a loud noise late one night. It sounded like the trash cans in the driveway were being knocked over. I went outside to check, assuming it was a raccoon. I found one can overturned and scattered the contents, but saw no animal. After securing the trash in the garage, I went back to bed. Just as I was drifting off, I heard a faint, rhythmic tapping noise like metal against glass coming from right outside my room. I realized it was coming from the window facing the front door hallway. Carefully, I crept up and pulled the curtain back just a sliver. In the dim outdoor light, I saw the outline of a person standing at the front door, facing away from me, lightly tapping the glass. As I watched, the figure slowly began to turn around. Panicked, I ducked out of sight. My heart pounded for a full minute before I forced myself to look again. I peeled the curtain back, and my blood ran cold. A man's face was pressed right against the glass, mere inches from mine. Staring straight at me, I screamed. The man had a terrifying appearance. His skin looked shriveled or decayed. I fell back onto the bed, waking Anna, and immediately called the police. The house was locked, and the police found no sign of forced entry or the man in the yard. Since that night, I've continued to wake up to strange noises outside my window. I have no logical explanation for these two incidents, but I can't shake the feeling that the menacing presence that visited my home is still out there.